I'm so excited. Hi. How are you? Happy Easter. Everyone's here. People are in the room. I'm so pumped. Um, happy Sunday. Happy episode 17, final episode of regular season of 90 Day Fiancé. Can you believe it? We're already at the reunion. And the reunion's in real life IRL. It's shocking. Were you guys just like, oh, you guys are there? Huh. Hi, Mika. How are you? I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you guys in the room. Okay, so what an episode. It's quite an interesting episode as the final episode of the season because the last 45 minutes felt like Yara and Jovi, which was great. I mean, I really loved watching that extended version of their birth. It really gave a nice arc to the season. How I wish that they were able to follow up on the Mike and Natalie. Okay, well, I'm so happy to see you in the room. Hi, Kathleen. People are here. People are ready to talk. Okay, so I was giving some time to get in the room. I feel a little out of it. I did go have some Easter celebratory drinks and food, and then I just was so tired that there was a time in this episode that I think I had to close my eyes. Now I never fell asleep ever, but at one point I was wine drunk tired and I just had to close them. So I'm here for it and I will talk to you about this episode, but truly I really need your opinions and your observations because I literally could not observe the first part of this episode. I literally had to go to bed. But yeah. You're just I can't open my eyes. I don't have to go to bed, but my eyes can't be open. So I'm just going to listen to every single thing. And I felt like I was paying attention, but let's talk about it. So in this episode, we didn't have any Tariq and Hazel. We didn't have any Brandon or Julia. We had Stephanie and Andrew, and obviously a lot of Jovi and Yara. And let's get into it. Also no Rebecca and Zayed. So pretty much everyone that we saw get married in the last the last episode, they're now living their lives. This was Mike and Natalie and everyone else I said. So let's get into that. Lovely shirt. Looks fab. Thank you. It's a dress. It's this dress that I got at Forever 21. It looks like a bridal gown, but there's not that many times I can wear it. And Easter is one of those times. So, okay. Let's get in. So we start with Jovi and Yara. Okay, and Mila. Okay, so as we know, Jovi and Yara are in Vegas, and it's time for their nuptials. And their nuptials, as we know, are taking place in a Vegas chapel. Honey, it's an Elvis-themed chapel. And last time we heard, it was does Yara even know who Elvis is? And the answer is yes, she does. And, Yara knows what's expected of her for this look. Yara has delivered consistent looks this season, which I appreciate. And don't you? And this wedding look, I mean, if you watched my recap last week, you know that I had some issues with everyone's hair and makeup. No one did it right. Everyone had beautiful, nice ceremonies, and I'm happy for everyone's love, truly. But Rebecca looked crazy with her dress, and Hazel's makeup was bananas. I mean, and Julie did the best she could, but that dress was crazy. And so with Yara, she picked such a good gown for a Vegas wedding, and her hair is huge. It's curly, huge, just barrel curls, big, so many pieces, so many extensions, in her hair, honey, perfect makeup, huge cut eye, thick eyeliner. I mean, she must have spent 3 hours on her makeup and hair. I don't know if she got help for it. I'm hoping she does, only because it's a lot to do that. And she's pregnant. So, but maybe she did it herself because she enjoys doing it. And I think that some part of me thinks that Yara feels like getting dressed and putting on makeup and doing your hair is a stress reliever. Because it's an artistic, in a way, expression, right? Because you like have an end result. You're gonna like take a piece of clay that needs to be molded, and you like do that in front of your eyes with like everything you know. So it's kind of like doing an art project in the middle of the day. It's like what getting your hair and makeup is, you know. So anyway, I always think about that. She does such a good job with this. Hi, with this wedding look. I really, really love it. So now here's the thing. We want the best for Yara at all times, like we want the best for ourselves. So does it hurt us when on the way to their wedding, her and Jovi take like an Uber X, like a white Honda Uber X, a little tiny bit, but we're not going to hold it against them. And is that me being a little bougie? Why, yes. Yes, it is. Now, here's the thing. Have I gotten into white Hondas my whole life, Uber X's pre-COVID? Of course I have. Once Uber started coming up with the Uber Comfort, I do admit that I would almost always pick an Uber Comfort, because once Uber Comfort became a thing, Uber X became like bottom of the barrel. Like used to like Uber X's used to mean like clean Priuses, and now Uber X's mean like, I mean, pee covered, dirty ass. I mean, I don't want to say like a brand of car, because inevitably there'll be a listener that's like, I drive a bloopity bloops. And I'll be like, oh, that's not my point. You know what I'm saying? But like very dirty, very gross cars, old, dirty, gross, dirty, 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 smelly, smelly, smelly cars would all be the Uber X's once Uber Comfort came out. This car felt like an Uber X, honey, but you know, Yara's there, honey, and she gets married, and the Elvis thing works. Elvis sings a song like for them to come in. He like walks her down the aisle, honey, like, you know, it's her dad, you know, like Yara even is like, you know what? I kind of like the fact that his family's here. I know I said I wasn't going to be into it. I know that I said I didn't want it to hear, but you know what? It's kind of nice to be like surrounded by people that like love one of us. And I guess now this is my family, but this one, you know. So they get into, you know, the ceremony reception area, and you know, all of Jovi's friends are just so surprised it happened. They're like, what? And then we move along in the story. So this is where it gets interesting. It seems like we jump cut, honey, 4 months. Like the producers were just like, well, COVID. And then so if the weddings are happening in like what feels like April or May, then they must have just like, we're like, what are you guys doing in October or whatever? I don't know how to do math. But Yara is now Soup's pregnant, and Jovi is stuck in some country. We're not quite sure which one. Unless I said it and I was sleeping during that. You guys tell me. But it was really nice. Gwen was like, look, I got to go pick up Yara, honey. She's like stuck in the middle of NOLA, honey. She, you know, we know how she feels about NOLA. She has no one there in NOLA. So they pick her up, and, you know, Yara's just living her life. You know, she like goes crabbing, you know, like, can you imagine? I just cannot imagine. I can't imagine me going from my life to like the Creole Cajun Jovi life. And I have family members that live there. And I'm like at least American, and I have family members that live there. And still, like, I can't even imagine it. But I'm really happy that like Gwen and Yara have come together. And I think that like they understand each other in some way as like people who love Jovi. And I truly feel like Gwen is like, I can't believe that he got Yara. And I'm just so thankful. So then Jovi comes back, which is also like his birthday or whatever, and he wants to go out and like have fun and like drink, and it's back to the old like Jovi doesn't want to have responsibility in his life, and he should, because he's like gonna be a dad, you know, and like Jovi's friends are all like, how are you gonna do that? We don't trust that you can do it. Jovi goes and like drinks with his friends, and you know, like one friend's like, yeah, you know, I was there when my baby was born. Jovi's like, I do not want to see anything between them legs. And you're just like, you're gonna grow up quick. You're gonna grow up quick, Jovi. When Jovi's friend was like, yeah, I was there, I snipped, it's not a big deal. Like, weren't you just like, how do you guys not have these conversations before? Like, why have you not been raising Jovi this whole time? Like, mature friend of Jovi, even though you have like a wife that like hates Jovi. So here's the thing. Fast forward to like a night in which Yara starts to have like contractions, and then the next morning her water breaks. And so Yara's whole thing is that she doesn't believe in epidurals. I'm gonna drink this water. Specifically, it's that she believes that if you get them, there's a possibility of having migraines for the rest of your life or headaches. Now, I have no idea if that's true or not. Never had a kid, never had an epidural, don't even have migraines. I'm like, I barely have headaches. And truly, if I have a headache, it's mostly because I know I'm like probably dehydrated. Um, but is that a thing? Now, I know epidurals aren't everyone's cup of tea, like for people who want natural childbirth because they want to like either feel it or other complications. I just hadn't heard of the migraines thing specifically, but what an interesting thing. I love you, Lisa. Thanks for stopping in, my love. Happy Easter. Yeah, I see Cruzy bringing up Jovi DR. You are huge when he sees her for the first time. She looks gorgeous, but she is big. She is huge, you know, and like that tummy. So in the hospital, Jovi's being there for Yara, and Yara's being super chill, super calm. You're just like, oh my God, like, this is like a study. What are you, like a Scientologist? You know, because they're supposed to be like super calm during their childbirth. That's the whole thing. Do you guys know that? Like Scientologists, supposedly you cannot scream, you cannot, moan, you can't like make any like scary noises while you're giving birth because it'll scar the child. So you literally have to like give birth like, you know, whatever, God bless. Anyway, Yara's very chill. They give her a drug with a P word, Pristin, something like that. Like, I don't know. But it's going to help her like push things along literally. But because of that, it makes it also way more painful. And so because of that, she kind of has to get the epidural. So they do. Now, you know, I'm so pumped for this next moment because we've seen like Jovi go through the season, you know, like being daft and entirely too much teeth, and the stories of him, you know, like going to the gentleman's club 6 nights a week and bringing home every person that's worked there and having them pee in his bed, honey. You know, it's like a great arc to this moment because he is going to have a lot of pee in his bed now, honey, and it's going to all belong to his own daughter and Yara if she, you know, like has some issues. And we want the best for them. I mean, like, as annoying as Jovi was, like, they're not a couple in which we don't want the best for them. Unless you're really like an evil person, you're just like don't want anything good for anyone. But like, I think Yara was a star this season and definitely a protagonist. And so I want the best for her and her shoulders and her jackets and her hair. And in this birth scene with her daughter, she like gives birth to a beautiful daughter, you know, and Jovi like takes off his shirt and like he's tan. God bless Jovi. And like they're both tan. I don't think that's spray tans, whatever. But like also Yara looks amazing when she gives birth, honey. Like she even has a pedicure. I clocked it. And he's like giving skin to skin with his baby, and the baby is so sweet. And he's like so loving and just so like you're so loved, baby girl. We love you so much. And Yara's just obsessed with her baby. Oh, God bless. I wanted a baby after this. It was a very, very good spring episode. Like spring's all about like birth, new beginnings. I was like, oh, literally this baby's new beginning. I really, really liked it. I was so happy. And then honey, they just like leave the hospital after a couple of days, just walk out of the hospital, and like Gwen's there, just like picking them up, you know, and like they have to like bring the baby home, obviously, and they have a car seat, and like Jovi has never opened the car seat, like never like figured out how the directions work, like because Jovi's like whole mantra in life is to do things last minute, but don't worry, it always works out, because for some reason it always does work out for him most of the time, like it did in that tuck shop situation in Vegas. But in this case, it's not going to work out because he doesn't know how to use the car seat. And at one point in the confessional, I was like, I just thought my mom was going to come with everything set up. And you're just like, oh, well. Guess when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me, huh, Jovi? You can't make an ass of that Mila now. Car seats are hard. I also think, not obvious, I mean, different states, but like, isn't there in, I mean, California, isn't there a whole thing where people come to your house to like see if you know how to put in a car seat? I mean, I know that's a thing, right? Moms will have to tell me, like, it's a thing. I don't know who these people are, who pays them, or how they know, but it's a thing where people come to your house and they're like, let me see your car seat, right? Like, you know how to put it in and stuff. You guys have one? I don't know who is that. And I don't know if that's just a consultant someone hires or if that's like a state run program, if that's like part of like the care of a hospital. Is that like part of the Lamaze thing, like extra credit, like the elective is having someone come to your house and be like, let me see that car seat? They do it at the hospital before you leave. The nurses who walked us out helped us, and yes, there are people who teach it. Fire departments also usually can. You can actually take it to a precinct and have a cop install it for you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like the baby. Oh, the baby. I feel like Mila looks not like either one of them. That baby was so cute and like so squishy face, but like you can't tell who that baby looks like. And like we know what Yara looks like pre-surgery, so you like take that into account. Like that picture of her is emblazoned in my memory, specifically the one where she looks like Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie had a baby on the set of The Simple Life. Like that's what Yara used to look like. And Jovi looks like Jovi. Now here's the thing. I feel like, according to my statistics in my own life with babies that I have seen, I feel like if you just told me the firstborn female, then it's going to look like Jovi, right? Isn't that how it always is? Like, I feel like that baby's going to have to look like Jovi. And then if she has another kid, it'll look like her more. I feel like firstborn babies always look like the dad, but specifically if it's the opposite sex, if it's a girl, then it looks just like the dad to me. And one time I read that was a thing where it was like, nature like being like, hey, male, don't kill this one, it's your face, don't kill the little thing that looks like you, don't try and eat the thing that's staring back at you with your own eyes. Yes, that's funny. No, that's absolutely true. Had to figure out a car seat of my own. Oh my god, I cannot imagine. Yara didn't look like Yara. She looked Ukrainian. When she was laying on that bed giving birth to that baby, I was just like staring at them lips. They're just so plump because they're already plump in one thing. And then like when moms are moms, like when moms are specifically pregnant is what I mean to say, everything gets just like bountiful, but lips specifically. So yeah, when Yara leaves that hospital, honey, she like has like a little play jumper thing on, honey. She like barely can zip her. She's like so happy to go. She's so tired. She's just crying in the car. Oh my God, hold on. I just feel like, oh, I felt this so bad. She gets home and she's just like holding that baby. She's just like propped up like against a wall, honey, like having fed the baby. And like Jovi comes in, he's like, is the baby done feeding? And she's like, baby sleepy. And he's like, he's gonna grab the baby. She's like, don't wake up the baby. She's just like, oh my God. So tired and just like so out of it, but just like probably so many hormones like rushing through. I can't imagine. Jovi didn't. Jovi's a dad. A woman is going to walk through this world looking up to Jovi as her like male figure. Okay. What do you think that the cake tasted like? So when Jovi came in as his birthday, Yara made him a Ukrainian cake. I looked it up. It starts with an M. And it's a honey cake, honey. It's a honey cake with condensed milk. Now, honey and condensed milk are both such moist situations. However, he said it tasted good but dry. Now, I wonder when she made the cake. How many days was it ago? I wonder if it's because in the refrigerator. I wonder if she just didn't use enough butter or oil or egg. Trying to think of like what makes a cake dry or not. But did you want to try the cake? It looked beautiful. Like it looked, when she showed a picture of it, like there was obviously like a line of different berries on top. I mean, like she's an artist, honey. Like what she's doing with her hair and her makeup, like what she's doing with this cake. And she put the berries on it, which she looked like a powdered sugar, sort of like not drizzle, but sprinkle. So it almost looked like frosted berries. A whole thing on Instagram happened this winter, maybe before the winter. You guys see that where like everyone was like showing you berries and like rosemary for like different things where you take it and then you wet it, a berry or a stick of rosemary, whatever it is, and then you run it through sugar and it looks like snow on it. It kind of reminded me of that. Anyway, the fact that this woman just like that pregnant baked that cake. So at the end of all this, Joey's so happy because he's like, push present time. You push that out. I couldn't do it. Here's a push present. And the push present is a really beautiful cross. And I was happy that Jovi did it because he made it seem like he didn't have time, and he did because he could just order something. Okay, so I love you guys so much. Okay, so let's talk about Mike and Natalie. So we're just like Natalie's like in a space where she's like, okay, I'm just waiting. Okay, when's it gonna be time? It's a day of. Should I get dressed or should I put makeup on? That's another thing. Like, so we're really supposed to believe this feels so fake. Then she just happens to walk outside. Oh, good, Mike's there. So I guess he did decide to get married to me. And they brought back that minister, honey, who like was supposed to marry them before. The one that Natalie was like, I will never forgive what man does this to me. And then like 2 days later, it's like, I will take him to be my husband. It's very interesting vows. It's very hippie vows, At the end of it, they're like, Natalie, do you take Mike to be your husband? No, wait. No, they said, Natalie, you may kiss your husband. As the end. And as opposed to like, Mike, you may kiss your bride or whatever. I've never been married either. But like the way they said it was different than they usually say it. And I didn't like it. The vows felt, yes, impersonal and just whatever. And this minister was like, I've married a lot of couples and you know what? This one's special. I know. This one will make it, I think. I think this one has a certain something. I'm like, the one that canceled 2 days before where this woman had to lie to us on camera. So the fact that this minister could lie to our faces on camera right after being a vessel of like the universe's love energy to unite two people and not in an authentic and truthful space makes me feel like she ruined the wedding. You can't have that kind of like energy to lie to us American audiences by saying that you think that this couple is going to stand the test of time when you've married a bunch of couples and you're some sort of expert when they canceled 2 days ago. You lying piece of whatever. You're not a real one, honey. You're just like Maria, honey. You're like Stephanie's psychic, honey. You're just taking the money and running, honey. And I don't know if she got paid extra because they canceled or if like there was some sort of contract thing where she has to like do this for free even though they canceled already. I don't know, but I just don't trust her, honey. Bo was there. Bo's so happy. Bo like has a confessional part where he's like you're just like, what, Bo? What? He's so drunk. Bo really tried though with Natalie. She hated him the whole time and he just had to swallow that down and then be there for his best friend Mike / nephew or whatever and / employer and drinking buddy. And he did. He must have known. He was just like, I'm waiting, honey. I'm biding my time, honey. You're not going to last. And Bo was the first source of news to be like, she's out. I'm back, for us. So, yeah, I mean, that's really, I mean, I'm just like, that's kind of like the Mike and Natalie thing. I will just say that Mike giving his vows was like the most effort and volume in his voice I'd ever heard. Like I told you at this point, I really was just like sleeping and Mike was giving like talking and I was like, oh, Mike's voice. Oh my God. And I'm so used to like, meh. I don't know, Natalie. So, okay. I want to see what you guys are saying. Okay. That's really, I don't have to say about Mike and Natalie. That's kind of like it. Like, I wish that we had been able to be updated on what's happening in their lives. Like, I don't know when they broke up and when they filmed the tell all. But I guess we're not supposed to, and I guess that will be revealed. Okay. Stephanie and Harris. I'll just say Harris. So, wow. Stephanie comes home, honey, with the cat, and she just is like talking to the cat. She's like, Kitty, Kitty, can you believe it? I kept talking about Ryan. He's not going to be your daddy. Don't worry, Kitty. I have a new daddy for Harris. The kitty is just like, oh my God. Bitch, I was so happy when you were gone, honey. You dropped me off at that like pet palace inn. They gave me my own room. I didn't have to deal with you. They stopped feeding me yogurt because dairy's really bad for my tummy. I know you're back. Ugh, my God. Wino breath and your pigtails are always sort of like tickling my ears. Anyway, so Stephanie is like, I am now completely in love with Harris. This is the Harrises who it always should have been. I'm so grateful that it's now Harris, and I know I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna apply for the visa now with Harris. There's some outstanding, cautious things I gotta go over. So she calls Harris, and she's also like, Harris has been calling her like nonstop since she's been back, like checking in. We get to see Harris, honey, and Harris just hanging out at his house where he lives with his woman and all their kids. So she's talking to Harris. She's like, I am so sorry. I think that, oh Lord, I think that Harris's woman's name is Anna. But she's like, can I speak to Anna? And Harris is like, oh, you don't trust me? She's like, no, I trust you. I just also like want to speak to her or whatever. And this woman gets the phone. She's like, hi, Stephanie. And Stephanie's like, hi, so what is the deal with you, and Harris? And she's like, yeah, we've been together, but we're not anymore. And we're just better as friends. We're like, and if he wants to go to America, that's on him, and that's the best for him and his family. Like, they all are saying that it's the best for his family, which they are not afraid to say. And Stephanie just lets that go in one ear and out. What is it? How are you? Who's texting me and how? Oh, I keep putting it on do not disturb. Oh, it's because my phone's right here. Sorry, my loves. So, Stephanie's so happy with that. And that feels like what Stephanie has wanted, which was a validation that like she's not stealing this man away from his woman. So then we have a shot on the beach where Harris is watching his children play in the water, and he has this arm around, I think it's Anna, and they're talking, and he reaches over and he just like kisses her, and they've been together 14 years. And he says in a confessional that he thinks that going to America will be like the best thing possible. It's what he's always like prayed on. And every time he saw Stephanie, he thought like he planned for it to be him instead of Ryan. And he thinks that he can take care of not only his children and his parents, but also, like his woman, Anna, for the rest of his life. He'll always take care of her. What do you want? Like, as the reviewer, as the audience, like, do you want him to like not be involved in Stephanie? Do you want Stephanie and him to be involved and for him to use her just like as she used everyone else? Like, do you want to never see them again and you think this is so dumb, and do you want to watch every moment of this? Like, I want your honest opinion of like how you feel about what's happening in the storyline and your relationship to it. I will tell you, I want to watch all of it. And specifically, I want to watch Harris take Stephanie for everything she's worth. I want to say it so bad. You know, it's just so interesting because I saw like on one of the 90-day hashtag feeds an old picture. No, it's a new picture, but of the one of the older couples that like started the whole franchise with like Melanie and Devar. Is that how you say his name? Who was and like a richer God, it's like there's like stuff going down. There's an older white lady who goes to Jamaica and at a resort falls in love with Devar, who is like a Jamaican, I think it's Jamaican, Jamaican man. And they like have a love affair. And then like they're on, season 1 or 2, for sure season 1 of 90 Day Fiancé. And they're like the gold standard of this like certain, like, okay, of this character type. The character type of the older white woman who goes to like any of the Caribbean or any of the like South American, like tropical-esque countries and like falls in love with someone there and then goes back multiple times and blah, blah, blue. And the male always has a demeanor of like a kind of like machismo demeanor. And it's very like somewhat similar to the woman that goes to the Arab country. We've seen like both of those character types on the show like a whole bunch. So it's one of the ones that I just find very interesting. I want to see Harris drive the cars. Ha 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 ha. Okay, my loves. Okay, so yeah, like with Stephanie, it's her whole Instagram is very interesting. I don't know if you guys saw, but on last week I did a Cast Controversies live with Wah, and we were talking about some of the Instagram stuff. I finally got to have like StreamYard being a usable platform for me, so I can A, get other people to like zoom in with me, but also B, put up videos and pictures when I get to know how to do that in real time so that we can look at it together. This, you guys, me, and whoever I'm talking with. So like, I know that's probably like not a newer technology thing for some people here. Like, yeah, Chris, you could have been doing that. And like, that's just a newer technology thing for me. So why I say this is the following things. A, because I did a Cast Controversies video with Wah where we put up things that have happened to the cast of this show and some of the cast members of previous seasons since this season started to air on Instagram and stuff. So there's like, feuds and things and Instagrams to be had. So one whole thing is the Mike and Natalie thus breakup, and we go and deep dive into that. And in the Cast Controversies video, I had like recorded one of Natalie's like new Instagram videos where when you see this video and you can, I'm sure they're recommended, they'll say it's or just look at my videos, look at the last video. It's like a live I did with Wah. You can tell in this Instagram video that like Natalie is single. Like it's an obviously single girl, single video. Like it is like do you understand what I'm saying when I say it's very obviously that this girl is single in that video? She's like, I mean, it's hilarious. Also in that video, this is just how interesting life works. So one of the other cast controversies that have happened is this Andrew situation. Oh, I hate the Andrew Amira situation. I almost forgot if like talk about them still. Okay, we'll talk about them in relation. This will bridge into me talking about them. But so Andrew had some sort of like drama happen that I don't know if exactly it's somewhat tied to the tell-all, but it involves Jovi, how Jovi is like somewhat on Andrew's side and I'm thinking that Amira is lying or wants fame or like taking advantage of the situation, X, Y, and Z. But so that's annoying because we all hate Andrew and we're like so pissed. And we're like, Andrew's so also like so annoying because every picture you see of Andrew, you're like, that's what you think you look like. And when you see him in the tell-all, he's dressed like literally like a second-rate magician at the Magic Castle, like with that red and black. You're like, what are you like dealing me a blackjack? What's happening? That's not what you look like, Andrew. That's fine. So Andrew also got mad at David of David and Annie, not of this season, but of past season, because David and Annie did a cameo for someone where they basically were asked like how they feel about Amira, and they're just like, we feel bad about the whole, I mean, we feel bad for Amira, you know, and then some reason Andrew got mad at that, and then when asked like who he would like who he doesn't like in the cast or who he would fight, he like called out David and like said a bunch of like disparaging remarks about David, specifically David's like physical appearance, just basically saying that he looks like Danny DeVito's character, that like egg character from, why can't I think of that person's name from Batman? Ah, what is the name of that character? I don't know. Egg man. No, whatever. God bless. So I was doing that live with Wa Talk, and I was like, I had just started the cameo video from Dave. I knew it was a minute long video, and I just like go on Instagram and I decided to like DM David and be like, I'm about to talk about you live right now in this video. And I sent him the link of the video, and then he just like joins. Mr. Freeze was Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's Penguin. And he decides to join the live. So if you watch the cast controversies video I did, and in the live chat, you see that David just joins. Our live chat just starts talking. People ask him questions, and he's just like, yeah, you know, he gives like some insight in his views about the Andrew thing or whatever. You know, Andrew, I really hate, and I love David so much. So, and Annie. So that was so crazy. It was such an interesting, just like YouTube moment. So that exists right now. You can watch it. God, Andrew and Amira. So this horrible scene happens where Andrew has to meet his mom and his sister out for lunch, even though he like works with his mom every day, but God bless. And they meet out and they're talking about the Amira situation. Now, Andrew's mom has now just been like, well, Amira's trash, honey. She didn't have a panic attack, honey. She just decided to, for some reason, lead on my baby boy. Just, but for dumbass reason, just go to Serbia after being in jail in Mexico and wait there 12 days and then just decide to not go on the plane and really mess up my son who had to sit here and wait. I mean, that's like, I mean, that is like what her mental viewpoint is. The sister is a little more suspicious. She's like, really? Like, there wasn't anything else happening? There wasn't any other reasons why she didn't go on the plane? There must have been other reasons. And he's like, well, yeah, maybe. You know, like, meanwhile, he's sitting on the fact that he, like, basically bullied her and basically, like, pushed her to a point of having to choose between her own, like, mental peace and some sort of like abusive manipulation tactic to make her feel beholden to him, or like that she's not showing him enough that she wants to be with him. I cannot describe the feeling of these texts of him being like, well, what are you going to do? And what are you going to say? And why won't you make a decision? And what, you know, like, the children I babysit are better than you, and I'm gonna send you a ticket to Paris, and I'll send you, you can have a ticket here, and you pick whatever you want to do is fine with me, and just, you know, whatever. It's just like, it's so, it's another, I guess, option where I think of how truly weak and immature he is. It's not the way that a man speaks. You have like more confidence and security. Usually. I know that it's a hard time with the coronavirus, but I think it's like, if you feel that so insecure that she's not going to either get on the plane or not or whatnot, then just wait until this BS is over. Like, I know you want to like bone. I feel like all of these men, Mike and Brandon and Andrew, like, they just really want to bone. And it's a pervasive desire. I get it. And the antithesis of that is more life alone with their moms. Or in this case of Mike, Bo. You know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that Andrew's like sister, you know, because Andrew's sister had gotten that blue beret so she knew that Andrew was like not all there, you know, like she understands her brother more. So the mom is obviously very uh, what's the word? When someone's part of the problem. Oh no, the mom is like, you know, pushes him along to do bad things. The mom is like part of it. You are amazing. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, She Cruise. Look at your lipstick in there, honey. Oh, I love it. I appreciate that. You are amazing. Not biased, not complicit, but I do appreciate that when it's like an yeah, when you know what I'm saying, when an addict has a parent that will continually give them money when the parent knows what the addict uses it for. Complacent is a good word. Complicit. It's, this is going to really ruin my life. I can't think of this word. Enabler. Thank you, Mickey. Enabling. Yeah, like she enables this behavior of like, well, she's not good enough for you, that Amira, and she was just lying, and you're the best one ever, Andrew, and any woman would be always too happy to have you and Prince Andrew in their life, and she doesn't deserve it. And and then Andrew just gets to sit back and hear that from his own mother and then be like, yeah, yeah, you know. Meanwhile, the sister's watching that being like, "Oh, shit, I've had to deal with this my whole life with that one and this one. Maybe Amira isn't that bad. Maybe we shouldn't be shit-talking this woman on TV that had an attack, a panic attack. We don't know this person. We've never met this person." So, Mickey, I love you so much for pushing Enabler so much. Whew, okay. That's how that ended with that. Like, okay, then we go to Amira, and Amira, honey, is still in the airport. But she finally gets home. She gets back to her house, and Amira has a body on her like nobody's business. Who's always like in a bodycon dress, like one of them rib dresses, or just like, yeah, bodycon sheath dress, honey. And she's just all hips and like a tiny, tiny, tiny waist. She is like hippie waist, like. I like Amira. I like Amira a lot. Can you tell? She's so interesting looking. She has like those beautiful eyes, but they're beautiful, sad eyes, and they're always downturned, gray, gray, gray. And then like she's always like, "Oh, why is this happens like this? As I can't believe after all this is how it all turns out. How does this happen to me?" You're just like, girl, like. Who are you, Amira? Like, you're so weird. I'm into it. I like Amira. I genuinely felt sorry for her. She cries without tears. I mean, maybe that's why they think that she's like faking it, right? Because she's just like, it's so sad. Sometimes I'm like, is that someone who's like also on pills? Like, is she just not in a bad way, but is she just also someone like on a little mood stabilizer, and that's why she's kind of like giving us like a solid 6 all the time? Yeah. What do you guys think? Mira's Instagram is all like, I am now a the proud woman and no one will ever make me feel weak again. Like it's a lot of that. It's a lot of like statements of her taking back her power alongside strong, powerful hot shots. I'm really excited, super excited for this tell all. I just did not expect them to all be there in person. I mean, not all of them are in person, obviously, like as we see, like Amira's not or whatever, but like that they're all on stage is, I just wasn't expecting it. Yeah, I agree with you guys. She's not on pills, she's French. Ha 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 ha! Mr. TL Snow, it is my Aussie source. Okay, I wish I knew what. Okay. C'est moi aussi ce suis. Okay. It is my Aussie for what is SSRI? Oh, SSRI is like Alexa Pro. Really help me. I'm trying so hard. She sounds like she has a preoccupied attachment style. Oh, that's so interesting. Preoccupied attachment style. I just read about attachment styles and I think I have one. And I think I have a bad one as well. A C. Okay, so I am on them as well. SSRIs. Oh, yeah. Oh, having said that, yeah, me too. Well, I don't know if I'm on SSRI. I'm on Lexapro. I think it's more anti-anxiety. So I don't know what that is. I don't know why. I don't know. Sorry. Thank you guys. Really, really. Thank you. I love you, Mickey. Like, of course, like Canadians are all like speaking that French, honey. Okay, but when I say that I have one of the bad ones, attachment style, I think I have anxious attachment style. So anxious attachment style is like when you want someone to be like very validating of you and are able to like okay, anxious attachment people want you to give them a sense of security when it comes to not abandoning them or still being into them or like not ghosting them or not just being, whatever, over it. Whatever it is, there's so many different reasons, but you have that. If you're anxious, you have that like, wait, you gonna text me yet? You gonna text me? Why are they texting me? How come they're not texting me? They should absolutely fucking text me. Oh, good, he texted. Like, it's a little bit of that. And supposedly that stems from perhaps a parent relationship that maybe was a little avoidant or dismissive, I think maybe. That's what it says when I read this article. Or it also says that it's also like hard for an anxious attachment person to be with a dismissive or avoidant person because it's like the two different styles, like polar opposites, and it can be somewhat hard. And I understand that. I can't be with someone who is avoidant or dismissive. I will just leave. Stage 5 clinger. I know. I'm so upset at myself. Now, of course, when I say that I am like that, it's not like I'm like actually making it known. Does that make sense? Maybe there's an underscore of an anxiousness to my overall behavior in the first couple of like dating courtship months. But really, I feel like I have to really deal with everything I said to you about what I'm thinking all in my head and all in my heart, and then just like try and keep it real chill and like normal up here. When inside it's like, a little bit. Not in a bad way. Oh, it's hard though. Psychology in Seattle reviewing the attachment styles of some of the 90 couples is so fabulous. Definitely recommend the okay. I would look at that. I would love that. That's all I have about these couples, my loves. I mean, we're gonna see what happens next time at the reunion. I'm really excited about that, like I've already said. And I hope that we see some of the Mike and Natalie understanding of like how that breaks down. I really always wanted Yara and Julia to be friends, and it seems like there's some sort of debate or difference of opinion between them, which I'm like, what is that about? I can't wait. I mean, the Stephanie situation, I like don't know if I really isolated on seeing how they were going to deal with that, which is I don't think that she's in the tell-all. They haven't there. She's not in the tell-all. So but I guess it's like how are they going to bridge that? I guess we've done it before with our couples not having them there, but I love you guys. I'm really happy you guys are here. That's all I have to say. I'm so sorry. I think I did miss things truly because yes, it's Easter and I'm dressed like this and I went out to an outdoor restaurant and I had wine and a lavender cocktail. It was like a lavender lemon drop. And then so at 5, when I started to sit down and watch the New York feed, I was like, mm, mm, really hard. So I literally was like, I don't know if I can do this live. Actually, for some reason, this is how drinking works. Sometimes you're just like 20 minutes later, you like take a little like snoozy snooze, and then you're just like you have a piece of candy or like an electrolyte water, and you're like, I'm back. That's how honestly I felt. Want to say Bo was wearing his best tank top. Oh my God, Bo. I wonder if Bo's like, yeah, if he's already back in the house. Another whole thing, yeah, Stephanie not going to be not being at the tell-all is that Stephanie, I don't think is going to be coming back from another season purely based upon the fact that she is like pretending she's going to do some sort of couch talk show on her Instagram. Or so Stephanie Sofa says, or something like that. I don't even know. Stephanie says, or something like that. Where does that mean? If you, I don't know. Like, what does that mean? Are you going to be saying things that on there that you are not allowed to say on a show? And if so, does that mean you're not going to be on the show again? Sofa talk with Stephanie. Hi, Lupe. Lavender lemon drop is so good. Yeah, vodka, lavender. I just I had that and I had a glass of wine and then just I couldn't do it. Wonder if she'll be sober for it. No, she won't. Mm-mm. This was such a great episode again for Jovi. I'm so proud. I'm like proud of Jovi. I feel like it's nice to see someone grow up in front of our eyes. And I want a baby. You don't break your NDA and threaten to sue Sharp Entertainment and get invited back. Yeah, she did threaten, but she didn't actually sue them. She didn't actually sue them, though. And she's such good TV, maybe they would be into it. Love you, Chris. Looking out for your Keenan episode. Yay! We got to mention it! Thank you. Yes, April. So it's not this week. This week is called Keenan's Mom on Tuesday. I think next Tuesday. It's the 4th today, Sunday, 5th, 6th. So I think the 12th, April 12th. And I'll make sure, but it doesn't give you the whole episode list beforehand, so it's annoying. So on Tuesday night, April 12th, look on NBC at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. Or whenever Kenan Thompson's NBC show airs on your local channel of NBC that's on Tuesday night. It's right after Young Rock and right before This Is Us. And the episode is called Teacher Strike. Teachers strike, honey. You look for it or add it to your DVR because I'm in it. A lot. Not like a whole lot, but like a lot. More than just like beep, and you're going to be like, that girl. I just talk about this show sometimes, half drunk herself. And I'm just mostly half sleepy myself. Steph does the OnlyFans. Yes. I have pictures I have a bunch of at my disposal on Discourse. There's a 90-day thread that like people put all the pictures of people on OnlyFans and they're all shocking. Larissa has very intense ones. The most out of pocket ones are the Karini Paul OnlyFans picture videos because they're 100% into it and it's too much for me. I can't. I mean, I couldn't watch it. I can't watch it. I can't just like watch it. I cannot do it. Yeah. You guys watch, you guys come back and tell me. I mean, I know it exists. I've seen like the still. And I know what's going to happen in that video. And it's just, I know they're just like full porn. Full porn. I mean, God bless. Yeah, they made that choice. They went all in. They really went all in on that investment portfolio option. It's hard though. Everyone makes a choice for themselves and that's like, and I think that we have seen Paul like really struggle to make ends meet for whatever variety of reasons that he has a hard time doing that. So I guess it's not super surprising. Other than the fact that they both agreed. It must be so much money as opposed to not having that money. I don't know. sorry to make, I don't want to end on that note, but that is the note that like, it's bad. Not bad. No, not bad. It's just intense. Not for me, I guess also. I really don't think it's bad. Sex work is not bad. It's just, it's really graphic. They're just like, she's like pegging him and stuff. So it's not, I don't want to put my judgment on it. It's not bad. It's just very intense and what is happening for them. All right, my baby boos. I'm going to go wash this makeup off. I'm going to take this dress off, honey. I'm going to go get Soup's comfy. I'm going to make like maybe like a yummy like smoothie, like a banana date smoothie is what I've been kind of feeling. Have you ever made those? That's all I have to say. All right. I love you guys. I really want you guys to have a great week. I hope that, if you did, I hope that if you did something Eastery, that you had a little fun. I hope that you have, again, obviously, yes, a great week, but also like an effective and productive week. I hope that you feel really accomplished, and I want you to go to bed this week, just like every night, like truly exhaling from a sense of relief that like things are not only going well, but you're making moves. And so it's always nice to go to bed feeling like shit got done, shit's happening, and I've taken care of myself during the process of it. Taking care of yourself during the process of all that stuff is the hardest because it's the first thing to go when like shit gets real. And I think that like sometimes you're like, what does that mean? Like to take care of myself? Does that mean I have to like eat really healthy and exercise? And the answer is yes. But like it means so many other things. It just means like taking naps, and it also means saying no, and it also means like taking showers. So that's like why, it's important when I say like take care of yourself, because you can't even like get shit going, and you won't be able to enjoy it if you're not like also in the best sense and frame of mind for yourself. You can't even help people or really enjoy yourself with other people if that's not also happening. So it's all circle. It's all a thing. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I am at Chris L. Farah, and I have a private Facebook group, and that's called Vanity Farah. And I always post before I go live, and I'm going to do an edited recap of this episode for you, the last one of the season. I'm so sad about that, but I can't believe it's already done. And Happily Ever After is going to premiere at the end of the month. So life keeps moving, just like baby Mila being born. With this season, as it comes to an end, a new season was going to be born, just like spring. All right. Say it with me. Also, before I say that, you have subscribed to me, right? And you have liked this video, right? Like those two things have happened before I literally let you go off into the nethers. You have subscribed to me. So you'll come back and like see more of me. And you have liked this video, just like giving it a quick thumbs up, because it's like this weird free thing for you that will like help me indubitably. I'd love that. That'd be a lovely little like Easter treat for me. It's what I want in my Easter basket. Be my little Easter bunny, honey, and give me a basket full of thumbs ups and likes. No, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to my mods, and thank you for everyone that gave me a super chat. What? Oh my God, I love money. It's like having my own OnlyFans, except I don't have to like show you a nipple. Okay, so now we're to the end. You're going to say my special quote with me. Are you ready? Are you into it? Take a deep breath and we'll say it. Take care of yourselves and each other. Stand up for what you believe and make art. Did you do it? Good. Okay, I love you. Bye, baby boos. Do it. Do it for mommy.